Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Your Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's go ahead and see what message is coming in for your overall energy. Thank you, Divine. What message does this beautiful being need? You've got commitment and lighten your load. There's something that you were very committed to, but it was out of obligation. It felt like a check in the box. It felt like something that you were either forced to do or were forcing yourself to do. This could have been because of programming, where you thought that you had to do something just because, okay? I'm seeing wedding rings here, or no, it's like a knot, a love knot between two people, okay? But this could be either a connection that you shared or something that you were doing for a relationship, okay? Divine says lighten your load. There's something that you're releasing regarding a relationship or a connection. Some of you are releasing your relationship status. You're allowing something to leave your life. You're moving away from something that you previously were committed to. I'm hearing strings were attached. Strings were attached. Yeah, because see, there's strings here. So there was this sense of, it's like you became aware of a person's true intentions, okay? You became aware of a person's true intentions. You perhaps were very committed to this relationship because perhaps you wanted to be partnered. Perhaps you were very committed to making this relationship work because it was instilled in you that you never give up on a person, you never let them down, you never do this, you never do that. I don't like to say never, and I don't like to say always. You know what I'm saying? Because there are always exceptions, right? And I feel like this is something that you walked into with purpose and with determination and with the best of intentions. But there's now something about it that has to be released in order for you to lighten your load. Who wants to carry the weight of the world on their back? That's certainly not something that you deserve. It's not something that you deserve. Yeah. You're lightening your load. Oh, Divine is saying to go to this deck. I was going to go to the archetypes, but I looked over there and they're like, this one. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for this beautiful being from this deck? Yeah, communication, patience, moving on, vacation. You might need a little getaway. You might need to get away to de-stress. Maybe there's a very stressful experience you've been going through. You might be sharing that experience with someone, or you might just need some time to yourself, okay? But a getaway might be in your near future. I feel like with this communicate card, that's something that you definitely did, and you put forth a lot of intention and effort into your communication, but there was something that just was not being reciprocated. I'm seeing that you put forth an intention consistently to communicate with kindness and with a lot of thought and effort, but there could be someone that you were in a relationship with who just, maybe they would blow up, maybe they would allow their anger to get the best of them. 444. Divine says whatever struggles you've been through, you're protected. Okay, also with this card, that's why I was staring at it when I was a little bit silent, because it just looks like It's something about it where it seems like they're about to do like tug of war. That's what it looks like to me, like tug of war. You know, power struggle. So you could have been in a committed relationship where you felt like it was a power struggle. Perhaps it wasn't a committed relationship, okay? Perhaps it was something that didn't get to the level that you wanted to. Perhaps there wasn't the level of commitment that you wanted. Or it could have been that this was a marriage, but you didn't feel the level of commitment that you desired. You wanted honesty. You wanted respect. You wanted support. The word dignity is coming through. It's like the person you were dealing with, they just did not give you the sense of dignity that you deserve. Okay, 555. Yeah, you're making changes. You have had a lot of patience. And I'm seeing with the patience card being right beside communication, you have had so much patience as you have attempted to communicate with this person. But what I'm getting is that they made you feel like worn out. Because there's only but so many times you can tell a person what you need, what you desire, what your boundaries are. And then once you see over and over again that this person really doesn't care. How do you know they don't care? They don't listen. They don't make the changes that you need. Because I feel like you communicated very basic things. That anybody who desires self-respect and desires respect from other people who say they love them, that anybody would ask for, okay? So Divine is saying that whatever you asked for in this commitment, it wasn't crazy, okay? You were completely valid in the expectations that you had. That's what's coming through. Okay, some of you may be wondering that, like, was I asking for too much? Was I being extra? No. You were allowing yourself to express your needs. And that might be something that in the past you had a hard time doing, but you did it. But this person that was on the other end of that connection was not tuned in, and they were selfish because they didn't respond in a loving, patient manner. They weren't giving you this patient communication that you were giving them. And so it was time to move on. It was time to move on. Yeah. It feels like continuing to invest in this connection would be a waste of your time and energy. And what Divine is saying is that now you know who they are. Now you know who this person is. You've been shown who this person is. You have clarity regarding who this person is. I'm getting that there could have been a tower that happened between you. Like a crumbling. It felt like whatever was existing there between the two of you, it crumbled. It may have been sort of sudden and unexpected, but Divine is saying that this was building up over a rather long period of time. And so that crumbling was almost like a gift from the universe, because they know, your ancestors, your spirit allies, and the Divine know that you deserve better. And so this tower, this change, this opportunity to move on is a blessing for you. And it might not feel like a blessing, but it's a blessing because you get to have a new beginning. Yeah, Divine is saying to let go. And the truth is that letting go when you're moving on from a relationship is a very conscious effort that you have to make, because the natural tendency, especially if this was a relationship that had lasted for a long time, the natural tendency is to just follow the same patterns that you've been living in or according to for all of this time. It's like, okay, I'll give in to what they say. I'll do what they say. I'll not complain. I'll just keep the peace. But Divine does not want you quiet. Divine does not want you to feel like you cannot speak up for yourself. And I feel like in this connection, you could not speak up for yourself and be at peace. It's like the two did not go together. If you spoke up, it was going to start a world war. If you remained quiet, then the war was going on within yourself, right? So it was either an argument with this person, or discord and dissension with this person, or discord and dissension within yourself. And Divine says enough is enough, because you shouldn't have that discord and dissension in any area of your life. That's not what you deserve. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Let me have some archetype cards to clarify this situation for this beautiful being. This is an exciting energy, though, because you know what I'm asking? What's on the other side of that door? What awaits you? I know it's something beautiful, really beautiful. It's going to be a whole lot better than this. I'll tell you that. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. What card? Oh. Okay, you've got Warrior, and it was in the reverse, and then Liberator. All right, so Warrior, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Oh, now that's you. You have, and Divine is really bringing this through as far as like reassuring you that whatever changes you're making now, you have the strength to do it. You might think sometimes, oh my goodness, I gotta rebuild, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But Divine says that even though it might seem like a hassle sometimes to go through these changes, it truly is a blessing. Even if it feels like it's a blessing in disguise. But someone you were dealing with, this could be this person that you were involved with. It says they were in their shadow regarding the warrior archetype. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. This person wanted to win at all costs. And what I'm getting is that even during arguments, like that's when they really showed their ugliness. Okay, I'm not talking about physical ugliness. I'm talking about inner ugliness. 12-12 on the timer. I feel like this person got so heated and so out of control. It's like this person could not control themselves when you were communicating, and then they started getting angry. They really showed their, like I'd like to say, they showed their ass when they were angry. And you know, the thing is that in a relationship, 12:34 on the timer, Ashe, all is in divine order. In a relationship, you have to be responsible for your behavior and the way you treat a person, no matter what emotional state you're in. I know that we're human, so sometimes it's like, you know, you might slip and, you know, be a little snippy or something like that, but there should always be an intention to treat the person that you are with care, and this person did not do that. In fact, I'm getting that they waged war against you because they were in their shadow warrior self. And so whatever the cost was, whether it was speaking against you, speaking negatively about you to other people, because I'm getting that, okay, I'm seeing like, you know how in the Olympics, like, I don't know if they still do it like that, but when they do the medals, they have like one person on the top tier and then another person on the middle tier, like for the silver medal, gold medal, and then bronze. I see that this person always wanted to be above you, especially in the way that other people perceived you all. And so this person was very competitive, and competition is not a healthy thing to constantly have in a partnership, in a romantic relationship. Not at all. It's not a healthy thing. Like, you can do it in a fun way, like if you're working out, like, let's race, I'm gonna win, you know, stuff like that. That's cute. But when you're literally trying to compete against your person to like make more money than them, or prove that you're more intelligent than them, like, why are you even with this person? You know, why would you want to be in a relationship with someone that you're at odds with and trying to prove that you're better than? That's not sexy. Like, what? But I'm getting that that's how this person was or is, you know, that's how they were in this relationship. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. 14:44 on the timer. So this person really did not care what your emotional reaction was. In fact, what I'm getting is that if they ruffled your feathers, if they upset you, they felt powerful from that. Like they would use opportunities where they saw that they had hurt you or even, I'm sorry, even harmed you. That just spirit was bringing it through, and then they siphoned your energy in those situations. And what that means is that this person was always seeking for a means to control you and the relationship, because they do not feel a sense of control within themselves. They are unhappy with their inner world, and so they're always trying to look for an opportunity to gain one up on you, or to look smarter than you or deeper than you. This could have been even if this person comes across to people as spiritual, they may have even tried to appear more spiritually evolved than you. And they may have succeeded with that with some people, but people who are intuitive knew the truth. But the thing is that they may have acted quote unquote spiritual outside the home, but once y'all were inside, behind closed doors, all hell was breaking loose. Because this person acted like a whole demon. Okay? And so on the astral, that is very clear to me that there was a complete 180 that this person would make in how they presented themselves spiritually or emotionally to other people. But behind closed doors, they were completely out of control, and they acted very demonic. Like hurtful, insulting, and they did not have any empathy when they saw you suffer. And I'm so sorry for that, because you do not deserve that. But see, that's why this is a blessing. Whatever has crumbled, we're in the minute of 17. You're the star. This is about hope and healing, and you evolving into your best self. You allowing this situation to make you strong, so you can realize your strength. You're already strong, but Divine knew that you needed the opportunity to get away from this toxicity so that you could truly get in touch and in tune with your spiritual gifts and your true strength. That's why walking through this door is a huge blessing. Okay, so you're the liberator. This did come out in the upright. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. What I'm getting is that if you remained in this relationship with this person, it is so toxic that you would not be able to feel free, and you would not be able to liberate anyone else. Because you are a liberator. You have the power to get other people to see how they can be free in this life, free from the subconscious programming that they have become controlled by. Okay? I'm getting that you're going to work with people to sort of unravel ways that they have been bound since their youth and in even past lifetimes. So in order to do that work as a healer, we have to be free, right? And I'm speaking about myself too. We have to ensure that we have that freedom and that it's authentic, because if we remain enslaved by something or by someone or by some concept or idea, then and we make that conscious choice to remain in that situation, then how are we going to help someone else to achieve their freedom? There comes a time when if you become aware of something in your life that's holding you back, you have to make moves or take steps in order to free yourself from that, so that the work that we do is authentic. And that's what you're doing. You are committed to your authenticity. Yeah. And so that's one reason why you're making this move. To release, to let go of those, to let go of that love that has strings attached, okay? Yeah. It's one thing to make a commitment to someone. It's another thing to use control with strings attached. That's not what you deserve, and that's not how you thrive. So divine wants you to be in a connection where you thrive, and you might not choose to be in a connection right away, like in a healthy connection. I feel like when the opportunity presents itself, you will be open to it, but there's no rush. I'm not going to rush you in this reading. Spirit is not going to rush you in this reading to connect with someone. But when you're ready, if that's something that you want to manifest, you'll be able to easily attract a wonderful love, a strong love, a deep, beautiful love that also allows you to be free. In fact, a love that celebrates your freedom as both an individual being and a being who is partnered with someone that truly loves you. Okay? Ooh, thank you, Spirit. I like the way that came through. Okay, I'm going to pull one of these, and then I'm going to pull some tarot. Thank you, Spirit. What mess? I just want to see. Oh. Okay. I wanted to say speak of the devil, but I don't want to say that in my reading. Look, caring connections. That's what you deserve. And Divine says that when you're ready, a caring connection will be ready for you. Okay? And you're very intuitive. You're very self-aware. So you're going to know when you're ready. But Divine, that's the message. When you are ready, a caring connection will be there for you. First chakra, Archangel Michael, Ashe. So this is for the root chakra. You may want to listen to some healing frequency music to support your root chakra, especially if you're going through like a literal move. Okay? Lots flying on. Okay, if you're going through a literal move, I know you're moving on, okay, figuratively and emotionally, spiritually, energetically. But if you are embarking on a physical move, that can sort of shake up the root chakra, the energy of the root chakra, because sometimes you don't feel stable. Okay, when a person is moving or changing locations, just like changing jobs or doing anything that brings about a huge change in their physical surrounding, it's very easy for us to feel unstable. So supporting your root chakra will be very helpful at this time. But also Archangel Michael is with you and has been with you throughout this whole process. Okay, throughout the whole process, he's been with you, and he's got his sword and he is fighting those demons for you. Okay, with you, because you've been, I feel like you've been doing spiritual warfare. Okay, with that card, the warrior shadow side, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. What that feels like to me is some spell work. So you may have been in a relationship with someone who was doing spell work against you. Binding is coming through. They may have tried to bind you in order to keep you stuck, to keep you, I'm getting glued to them. Okay? This person wanted you glued to them. I'm getting that you were living with this person. Okay? And this is a collective reading, so take what resonates. Okay? 2333 on the timer. If you were living with this person, they were doing things to your food, your coffee, your tea, your underwear, okay, your personal items, in order to try to put the woo-woo on you. Okay? They were very dedicated to this. But what I'm also getting, I'm seeing like somebody going up a mountain, and it's like their desire to control you. Like they may have started out with some little, cute little witchy stuff, but then they got into some real like detrimental dark magic rituals that perhaps they weren't doing, but they were outsourcing. They were going to a practitioner in order to have work done against you, in order to control you. And with this person not caring about your welfare, not having any empathy towards your emotional state, that is the worst thing they could do, is then do dark magic to try to manipulate you. Like there is a way to use magic to tap into the elements and the energies around us and within us in order to safeguard a relationship, to nurture someone, okay? They could have been doing mental magic to send you peace and love and harmony and success. But they weren't doing that. And see, that's what actually makes sense. Why wouldn't you want your partner, your person, to be more abundant, to be more at peace, to be at harmony with themselves and aligned with their divine path? That's the kind of magic we should be doing if you're going to do magic. Do some protection to protect the energy of your home and your family. But to work against you? Oh no. Okay, so look. You got the door to personal healing and happiness. That's what you've opened up. Do you see these doors here? Okay, I'm seeing a theme. Doors. The Doors is coming through. The music group, the band. Jim Morrison, right? Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. I'm hearing that song. So look, when you're ready, there's somebody that's going to light your fire, because that was in here. Okay, there's somebody that's going to light your fire. But back to this, all right? Doors. Door to personal healing and happiness. That's what you have allowed yourself to experience. Okay? That's what you've allowed yourself to experience. You're entering a new phase, a new era of your life where you get to foster, build, create situations, manifest situations that nurture your peace and your happiness. Yeah. Okay, let's lay some tarot. All right, so we've got Seven of Wands. That's your protection. You're protecting yourself. All right. You might feel guarded a bit at this time because after you've been through something painful, of course, that's a very normal reaction to guard yourself, to guard your energy. But I also see this as protection. Also with spell work coming through, Divine is saying to energetically protect yourself. For some of you, if the harm that you were experiencing was physical, you may have sought legal protection. Protective order is coming through, okay? You may have sought legal counsel in order to see what steps you need to take in order to protect yourself. But also energetic protection is so important at this time. So you can do that with healing frequency music. You can do that with healing ritual oils and things like that. And even just with mental magic, okay? But Divine is saying that even though you're protecting yourself, you're still moving forward, okay? Because your happiness is everything. Your joy, your peace, you deserve that. So you might be finding small ways to move forward. Visualizing your next steps that you're taking towards your freedom. Visualizing what you're doing to liberate yourself. Visualizing ways to tap into your spiritual gifts. Divine is saying that that's something that's going to help heal your heart through this, is tuning into your spiritual gifts. So that's a way that you can move forward, okay? Let's see what else is coming through with the tarot. Thank you. Oh, well, that was quick. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, a couple more. Oh, wow. That's a lot more, Spirit. Okay. Well, they must all be needed. So, let's go. Let's go. Okay. All right. I'm really glad those came through because I see here that there is a potential for some worry. All right. And we're going to take a look at the other cards because that could be a reason why you might feel worried, is whatever it is that you're feeling right now. But what's coming through right now about this sense of worry with the Nine of Swords is, think about all you've made it through. Like, I know just reading the energy that you really don't have a reason to worry at night or at any other time, because what you've already made it through with being in a relationship with someone who is a warrior reversed, who attacked your emotional being, who attacked your energy, like, you've made it through that. So that lets you know how strong you are. You're a liberator. So not only will you work to help liberate other people, but Divine is saying that you're being invited into a space where you're free from this energy as well. Okay? You have ancestors and spirit allies who are protecting you so that you don't have to be in that worried state. Okay, so there's something that you are building and waiting for, you're investing in regarding star energy. So with the 3 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles, you are open to opportunities where you are exploring your healing gifts, okay, with the star. But not only are you exploring your gifts, okay, with the 3 of Pentacles, you're also open to experiences with other people, collaborating with other people, building with other people who are like-minded. You're going to, and this is right by the communicate card, so the people that you connect with are going to be excellent communicators. They're going to be kind and caring. It's not that they always know what to say, but whatever they say it with love. They say it with kindness and with a sense of care, with empathy. Okay, so you're walking into a new era of your life where you attract empathic people who care about you. All right, and this could be in a romantic relationship. This could be in relationships that you form with people who have healing gifts. Whoever it is that you're around, that you nurture a connection with them, you're going to have positive communication with them. Because if you notice something else, if someone's coming at you with that same like warrior reversed energy, you already know what it is. You're able to spot that a mile away. And so you're going to be able to like shoo it out of your life. You know what I mean? You're not going to entertain that. You're not going to fall into any traps of being in a relationship that is imbalanced, or being in a connection with a person who's rude or degrading, okay? Because you already, you know that energy. You recognize it. And so you can very easily avoid it or set boundaries so that it doesn't enter your realm. Okay, okay, so let me put it back how it was. The star was here. Okay, you've got the Page of Swords. You might be observing some opportunities like this. I feel like this is a part of your visualization. You're tuning into your power, your mental energy, where you're sort of looking at this star energy like, okay, there are opportunities for healing. There are opportunities for positive connection. There are opportunities for hope, to generate hope in your life. Because what you're coming out of did not feel hopeful. It didn't feel like healing. It felt like doomsday. So you are bringing your attention to all of the doors, like those 2 cards that open up to opportunities where you're able to create and nurture positive connections that are healing to you, okay? All right, so you've got the Hanged Man here. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and you're becoming enlightened, more and more enlightened. You've already gone through so much awakening, and you've had a lot of experiences that have shown you different ways to look at things. But I feel like that's something that you're doing now. You're stepping into your King of Wands energy, where perhaps before you were more like, I could even look at the Page of Swords like that, where you were kind of like looking at opportunities, thinking about doing things, thinking about certain things that you wanted to manifest in your life, but you were more in this watchful, curious state. Now you're flipping the script. With the Hanged Man, you're stepping into your King of Wands energy, and you are empowered. You're stepping into a mode where you are much more driven to make things happen that you want. And the reason you're able to do this is because you're releasing those ties that were weighing you down. It's like there were blockages that were presenting themselves as obstacles between you and what you truly desire in life. Okay? And I'm definitely getting this energy for your spiritual gifts. You're going to have so many opportunities to tap into your intuition, to tap into your mediumship ability. Some of you are powerful mediums. You're able to speak to spirits that have crossed over, and not just speak to them, but work with them. Like, you're powerful, okay? Yeah. You're a powerful healer. Yeah, I feel like also you're finding inspired ways to live. Like with this Page of Wands, you're living inspired. Also, Page of Wands can be about messages. So with the Page of Wands being by the Hermit, I feel like there are opportunities that are going to come to you for you to study more, for you to go within. And this might be something that's very comfortable for you, the Hermit energy. I love the Hermit. Personally, I love it. I love Hermit mode. I love it. But I feel like with you tapping into and exploring your spiritual gifts, you're going to be in Hermit mode quite a bit. And Divine says that there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to become so inspired as you go within and learn yourself on a deeper level. Learn what you can do. Explore your hidden abilities, and you're awakening that power within you. But also with the Page of Wands being there, I feel like that's very practical as well. So there could be very concrete opportunities for you to go within. So I'm thinking like maybe a certain area that you want to study. It could be astrology. It could be some of you, I don't know why theology is coming through. Isn't that like the study of the Bible or something? Okay, depending on your background, that might be your path. You might want to study occultism. You might want to look at I'm hearing the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah, yeah. So it just depends on what you're interested in. What sparks your interest as far as your healing gifts and the knowledge that you acquire in order to tune into your spiritual power, okay? And Divine is saying that whatever your path is beautiful. You don't have to justify how you connect with spirit to anybody. Okay, 3737. Oh, that's like the 3 and 7 here. The 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. So this is another interpretation of these cards. With involving yourself with other people, don't worry about what anybody has to say if they judge your spiritual path. Telling you that something is wicked or corrupt, or that you're not supposed to be dabbling into that, or that's the devil's work. No, I mean, okay. Can we move forward, please? Okay, can we move forward from the dark ages, please? We have access to so many different paths, and knowledge is power. A lot of people fear things that they just don't understand, and so they label it as bad, okay? But you're a liberator, so you're free to explore spirituality and the way that's right for you. And yeah, I feel like with all of those things, you're not going to have to be in this state of 9 of Swords, worried and not being able to sleep at night. And you know what's going to alleviate a lot of that worry that you may have been feeling is as you go within and study. Okay? Because the Hermit goes within and turns on that little lantern and sheds light on who they are within. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're going to have more time and energy to do that because you're not going to have that toxic energy to contend with. Okay, I want to pull from the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. I'm going to start with this one and then I'll go there. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Oh, meditation and playful. Divine says to have fun with your spirituality, to have fun as you find ways to have fun as you embark on your new path and create your life, because you have the freedom to create the life that you want. You truly are free, okay? So you've got the playful card there. Make time to just have fun, to kind of zone out. It doesn't have to be serious. You don't have to be serious all the time. But as you're doing meditation, remember that there are different ways to meditate. You can do eating meditations, walking meditations. You don't have to sit full lotus and, you know, have your mala beads. It doesn't have to be like traditional meditation. However you feel relaxed and are able to focus your awareness in a way that allows spirit to speak to you. Because you can go from meditation to channeling very easily. As long as you're quiet and as long as you're relaxed and you're focused on your breathing or focused on something else that is a very mindful thing. Yeah, that's meditation. It can look how you want it to look. You know? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Confidence. Moving on from this heavy weight. That's what's coming through. Now, what I'm also getting from that is like heavyweight, like boxing. There may have been physical altercations here. But what was coming through initially, the way Spirit brought it through, was two separate words. This heavy weight that this relationship was and that it put on you. Releasing that is going to build your confidence. I feel like you've already grown so much. You've expanded. Your awareness has expanded. But like, check you out in 3 months. Check you out in 6 months. A year from now, you're not going to recognize yourself. Because you will have leveled up even more. So yeah, also you might connect with animals. I'm seeing a horse there. Some of you might go horseback riding or connect with some animals for connection. Okay, that's coming through. Some of you might actually work with animals. I see you doing like work with some sort of organization or foundation or something that supports the welfare of animals. It could be a rescue mission or a rescue organization for dogs or cats, or yeah, that might be your calling. For some of you, that might be your calling. Oh, it was just 42:42 on the timer. All right, what's next, Spirit? What's next? Well, you know what? I did want to look at the energies of affliction, because for those of you who have faced energetic conflict with this person, if someone was intentionally doing spell work in order to control you, I want to take a look at that so that we can see if there's anything that needs to be done for your cleansing and clearing. Okay, siphoning spells. If you felt weak when you were with this person that you were in a relationship with, if you felt tired, if you felt like your health was not what it should have been, you may have felt body aches that just kind of didn't make sense. Okay, what's coming to me is like back pain, like especially lower back pain. A lot of times that is a sign of not feeling supported. Okay, that may have been an issue for you in this relationship. Rituals or spells intended to steal energy, prosperity, or health, yeah, from another person, leaving them depleted or struggling. And see, this could be done during an argument where a person is, you know, that feeling where, like, if you argue with somebody, which is why the more control you gain over yourself, the better, because then nobody can get you out of your peace. But like when you're out of your zone, out of your peace, and arguing with somebody and they're just irritating the hell out of you, and then you're all like animated and, you know, about to go off, and or maybe you're going off, and then you catch them and they look at you, they're looking at you, and they're just like, kind of like that, like, you know, it's like you can tell that they're enjoying it. 44:44 on the timer. You may have noticed that. about this person that you were in a relationship with. Let me do this Palo Santo. I got some Palo Santo incense. Yeah, let's cleanse the energy real good. Since we're talking about this spell work. Thank you, Spirit. Cleanse the energy. Oh, look, it doesn't want to light. See that? This person was trying to take away your light. I'm also getting that they wanted to burn you. Like they wanted to make something hurt emotionally. Yeah, let's get some of that going. Cleanse that energy. Thank you, Divine. Protect this beautiful being. Okay? So, you know, not all spell work is done with herbs and things like that. But, sometimes it's just done through how we communicate with people. Okay, we make our energy available to them where they're able to siphon that energy, and it can affect our health if this is done on a regular basis. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, occult traps. Spiritual or magical rituals that create traps, ensnaring a person in difficult situations or psychic conflicts. Now this, I could definitely see like spell work. Perhaps a practitioner being I don't want to say purchased, but services from a practitioner being purchased. Okay. Traps. Yeah, there could have been binding rituals done in order to, I'm getting that this person wanted you glued to them. They wanted you glued to them. They wanted you to feel like you were stuck with them. And what I'm getting is that they wanted you to feel like you could never move away from them, but out of the emotion of guilt. If you were ever to move on, they wanted you to feel very guilty for doing that. And they wanted that guilt to stop you from ever liberating yourself. We rebuke that, Ashe. This is generational wounds. Oh, I didn't show you. Did I show you the card? Yeah. And then generational wounds. Okay. Unhealed traumas or emotional baggage passed down through the family lineage, affecting behavior and life choices. So this is something that truly we all have. But I feel like this person that you were with, they were intuitive enough to know what wounds you had that they could use for their own gain. So as chosen ones, we get into relationships to support one another and to continue to grow, both as individuals and together as a couple. But this person did not, their motivation was not to grow. They wanted to grow their finances, they wanted to grow their own sense of stability. But anyone who would be in a relationship with someone and use their own generational wounds against them in order to control them and manipulate them, they're not in a relationship for the right reason. So the choice that you've made to move on is a very wise one. Okay, I'm going to pull from the Divine Feminine deck and then the Divine Masculine. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Okay, so this is the Divine Masculine card from the Divine Feminine deck. So what's coming through here is that you are going to attract a divine partner. Okay, it's the Divine Feminine deck and you've got Divine Masculine here. So there will be a counterpart that you encounter who is divinely aligned. Oh yeah, oh look. So like I was saying, we've got Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine here. All right. And remember, this doesn't have to be based on gender. A person can be feminine but be male. So it's just that balance of energy that you're going to have, no matter what your gender is or your sexuality. It doesn't matter. You are going to have a balanced divine partnership. That's what you're manifesting. And I feel like that's one reason why this situation broke down, was so that you could heal your heart, heal your emotions and connect with someone who is much better suited for you. Okay, Divine Masculine, what messages do we have here, Spirit? All right, willpower, abandonment, and marriage. So there could be someone who you were in a relationship with that you felt abandoned you emotionally. Perhaps they were even there, physically present, but you felt like they were not available to you, or you felt like they were not supportive of you. Okay, and this could have even triggered any wounds that you might have of abandonment from your childhood. Okay, that can be very trying to navigate through those types of wounds. My dad left when I was 9 years old. He left our home, and the way he left, oh wow, yeah, I had a big ass abandonment wound. So it's something that even once you are on a healing path to repair that wound, it's something that can sometimes be triggered. Even when you think you've made so much progress, it's like, here I am, 44 years old, and sometimes something will trigger that, and I have to consciously remind myself that I am safe and I am cared for by the divine, and that that wound is not something that I have to allow to guide me. Okay, I don't have to give in to any fears related to that wound. Okay, so yeah, if that's a wound that you have, I completely understand. But with willpower, you are able to move beyond anything, and you don't have to allow something to keep you in the dark. Also, you don't have to act like you're completely healed from everything. Like, I think that that's a trap that a lot of people in the spiritual community fall into, is like, oh, proving that I'm healed from everything. Then what's the point of being spiritual? Like, we always have work to do, right? But your willpower is strong, and divine is saying that you have the power to move through this phase where you are entering a new era of your life. It is a time of transition, but you have the power that you need in order to do this successfully. Okay, so you've got passion and marriage here. Oh, this was from the Divine Feminine deck. They kind of got mixed up. There's going to be a very passionate relationship that, if that's something that you want, will lead to marriage. Okay, so there will be passion in a relationship that leads to marriage, if that's something that you want, and it will be very nurturing. This is a connection that both you and your person, who will be divinely aligned, will nurture together. Okay, so that's something to really look forward to. It's nothing that you need to pressure yourself about or rush into, but if that is something that you want, just know that the universe is saying that you've earned a healthy relationship. Okay, and that is what you will manifest if that's what you want. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of these for you. This is a new deck by Intuit Oracle. They're on Etsy. I have their Astro Persona deck that I pull from a lot, but I wanted to try this one. It's the, what is this? The Zodiac 180, I think. I really like it. Okay, so Divine says it is a time. It's funny because, okay, this is the Still card. Well, we got the Chariot earlier, which is moving forward. I think we saw that when I split the deck. I think the Chariot came through with the Seven of Wands. Yeah, protection and also moving forward. But with this Still card, Divine is saying, oh, you know what I'm hearing? It's that Bible verse, be still and know that I am God. This is about an inner stillness, knowing that the divine lives within you, that you are divine, no matter what wounds you have suffered from, no matter what troubles you have experienced and faced and overcome or are overcoming. You are divine, and all of these experiences are a part of your divine path, and they're all helping you to grow. Not only these experiences, but also your ancestors, your spirit allies, and the divine. Okay, so this stillness is about channeling your divinity within and knowing that when you face something that is difficult, something that feels challenging, not allowing yourself to get into this state of mind of Nine of Swords, but instead choosing to be still, center yourself, take some deep breaths, and remember that the divine is within you, that you are divine, okay? Ashe. Also, that's 9 of Taurus in this deck. So there could be some Taurian energy in your chart. Or also, this is about abundance, prosperity, beauty, okay? And also feeling grounded, okay, with Taurus as an earth sign. What else, Spirit, for this beautiful being? Fortress. Okay, this is one of Aquarius. Fortitude, staying power. This is what you're building. A fortress. You may have felt that whatever you built with this person, it just felt like it was sometimes under attack because their energy, the energy of your person or your ex, okay, depending on where you are on the timeline, was very open to troublesome energies, especially if this person was doing spell work on you, whether it was actual paid spell work, actual rituals or ceremonies, or if it was just spell work that they were doing with their words, okay, using hateful words or treating you in a harmful way. That also is a way to do spell work, okay? But you're clearing out that negative energy and you're building a fortress where you and your energy and the energy of those that you love is divinely protected. Look, it says determined, ready for anything, unbreakable, true grit. You have what it takes. You're prepared. Okay, Ashe, let's get one more. I love these. Thank you, Spirit. What else? Okay, so you've got crew. So this is about working together, working in tandem. Like I'm seeing one of those tandem bikes. Like you're, that feels like that 3 of Pentacles card where you are working with other people, realizing that there are people who will support you. There are people that you align with. There are people who share your interests and who will support you on your journey of moving forward. Okay? There are people out there who will not work against you because they truly want to see you succeed. They truly want to see you succeed. There are people like that out there. I know sometimes when we experience difficulty with a person that it just seems like they want to ruin your life, it feels difficult to believe that, oh my God, are there really good people out there? Where are they at? Where are they at? Can I meet one? Just one. At certain times in our lives, it feels like that. Like the good ones are so hard to find, but trust me, they're out there. And as you continue to nurture your energy and align with that still energy and your divinity and build your fortress, you will ascend even more. And as you ascend and expand spiritually, you're going to send out signals just in being, like not like you're doing it intentionally, but you're going to radiate energy that sends a vibe to people that's so high vibe that only the best are going to approach you and want to invest in you. And if anyone else does approach you, because sometimes the low vibers do come up, you know what I'm saying, but you're going to be so familiar with those low vibes because you have been you've interacted with a person like that, right? And so you're going to know what to look for and you're going to be able to protect yourself immediately. Okay, and then you've got dice. So this is about taking chances. Okay, asking what happens next and not fearing the answer, just being like, okay, let's go. Now, I do want to say that for some of you, you may have been involved with a person who was gambling. There may have been a gambling addiction here. And Divine is saying that that's something that you're moving past. You're moving beyond it. This card is 2 of Sagittarius. So what I see there is with that bow and arrow there, I feel like whatever addictive behaviors you have noticed in your previous person that you were with, that is, it's sort of equipped you. Having that experience with them has equipped you with what to look for in a divine partner. So if someone is really struggling with an addiction and they're hiding it, they're covering it up, they're playing games, you're gonna know. And you're gonna know, that's not my divine partner. That's somebody I don't want to get involved with. And you're not gonna waste your time. So divine is saying that you have learned so much from this relationship that you're moving on from, that it really is still a win for you. Because it's been a huge source of empowerment and learning and understanding for yourself and for the world. Okay, you understand yourself and the world so much better because of your relationship with this person. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull from the Shaman's Dream Oracle to close out. Oh, I love this reading for you, beautiful being. You got so much to look forward to. And I know it can feel scary when you're starting over, but come on. Like, I'm just seeing the word fresh, new, you know? Oh, farm fresh. So where I live, that used to be, I don't think they're around anymore. I don't know, they might be. But back in the day, we had grocery stores in this area called Farm Fresh. So you might do some farming. Some of you might purchase land for a farm, or you might garden, okay? But I'm seeing like working outdoors. Like, there is no limit to what you can do. You're free to rebuild your life. Oh, look. Okay, so we had the Still card. And I'm getting that J-Lo perfume. I don't know if she makes it anymore, but Still. So that might be relevant. You or someone else may have worn that perfume. And then you've got Deep Quiet, Stillness. Look at that. And that's card 11. So portals are open for you to experience deep peace and stillness. So that's not the one I really pulled, but you know, I just thought that was really cool. That was at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, and then going into hermit mode, like, it's going to be so much peace that you have now. And as you heal your heart, that peace is going to help you heal your heart. The quiet, the peace. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for this beautiful being? Okay. They want you to have all the cards. Okay, so let's see what 2 of these are. Crown Games, the right use of power, and Heart Home Compassion. Okay, so that's Crown Games. That's card 8. The right use of power. So first of all, I'm seeing your crown chakra here. Your connection to the divine is strengthened now because you have the power to connect with the divine without toxicity distracting you. Okay? Divine is saying to, as you harness this energy, this divine energy, use it wisely because it will be power. It's like your connection to the divine is filling you with power. So what divine is saying is, don't waste it. Don't waste this power. Use it for something that matters to you. Use it for your path, for your purpose, okay? Because you're about to get, like, some of you might be going to the gym and working out, but I also see that you're building your spiritual muscles. And that's really what the energy is of the Hermit card. You know, you're gaining enlightenment and insight and building your spiritual muscles. Okay, let's read Heart Home Compassion. Okay, that's card 27. The other one was, I like to tell you the numbers, was 8. Okay, Heart Home. Love in its truest form. Compassion. When you begin to feel like you do not belong anywhere, it's time to make your way back to your heart home. This is your true home. You're being called back to the quiet place where your soul resides. You see how quiet keeps coming up? Some of you have been longing for quiet. You're about to get it. Okay? You're about to be able to meditate, you know, be at peace. Ashe. Put everything on hold for a short while. You're being offered the experience of love in its purest form, unconditional and unbounded. This is not the love you must work hard to earn or barter for. Drop into your heart space and rest there for a breath or two. Ashe. Replace the judgment of yourself and others with compassion. Really, it is that easy when heart home shows up. There's no need to forgive anyone for anything. None of it occurred in spiritual truth. It is only your belief in that story that makes it so powerful. So we're talking about attachments to the pain, right? Yeah, I can identify with that. Attaching to the pain of past experiences. Allow your love to wash clean all those impressions. Empty yourself of all judgment and preconceptions and allow spirit to fill you with the sweet nectar of peace. When heart home shows up, it is imperative that you heed its call, lest the universe orchestrate a way to bring you back to yourself that is of a harsher nature. And the universe will do that mess. When we're stubborn and we don't listen to our higher self, yeah, universe will make something happen and sit us on our ass and be like, now what? Yeah, and it's so much easier to listen to your higher self and to do what it instructs you to do. It saves you a lot of time, energy, effort, tears, pain, grief, sorrow, suffering, frustration, all that. So, beautiful being, you have some really amazing developments that are coming to you, and I feel like that card was so beautiful because it focuses not on the external things that you're doing for your new era, but the internal, and really nurturing your heart space and allowing yourself to just love on you and to open up to the healing and the freedom that you can have now. It's like with the Liberator card, you're able now to liberate your own heart from the pain and the grief that you've suffered from. And I think that's the most beautiful gift, is to be able to heal your heart. Okay? And to just be your beautiful, wonderful, talented, amazing self. I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Thank you so much. And, oh, my bracelet's caught on there. What in the world? Somebody trying to hold on to you? That's usually what that means in my readings when my bracelet gets caught. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful that you took the time to tune in to these messages. I hope that they brought you peace and comfort and good vibes and healing and all that good stuff. And I love you. I love you, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy, and I wish you so many blessings. Take care.